Who is Des playing right now?
You said what? Sorry.
Oh, Des playing his Madden game.
Yeah, I saw the stream go up. I didn't see it from our chat. I figured it was a Madden game.
Yeah, I got him. I follow him on. I subscribed to him on YouTube, so his
Me
notifications be
too.
popping up.
Yep. All
That
right.
motherfucker got Dak Prescott at quarterback.
The only videos I'm gonna pin in this chat are just predictions videos.
Oh, I know why LP ain't joined. Him and Pace. Him and is that
Jack are playing
Jack?
right now?
Yeah, Jack. They finna play. Yeah, they loading
Oh,
up
okay,
right
that
now.
makes sense. That makes more sense. Let me do one last thing here. I'll shoot. I gotta go going, but I'm gonna shoot him an invite. So 7 Rob, just in case. All right.
My fucking freshman went crazy against fucking Gabe. My goodness.
All right. Here we are back for predictions video. We are in week 2 of season 4 of the league. Doing this video with Chapo. Of course, LSU coming off his big win over Florida. Just played.
Yo.
We're going to do our normal prediction. Heisman Watch, Players of the Week. Take a brief look at the top 25, and it'll be a pretty quick little video. Why don't we start with the Heisman Watch?
All right. So for the 2026 Heisman Trophy race, as of right now, we have Arch Manning leading the race. He had a good game against LSU, also a good game against Penn State. Followed behind Shelton Sampson, who didn't have a single stat in that game. Followed by Caden Durham, who had a pretty decent game against Penn State. Followed behind Gabe's running back KD Daniels, who didn't even get to play in his debut game due to suspension. And then last but not least, in the 5th spot, we have Gavin Sawchuk for Oklahoma, who had a pretty decent game against UTEP in a commanding win.
Yeah, SEC cracked down on performance-enhancing drugs this past week with Katie Daniels and Gavin Sawchuk both suspended for their games this week. So I expect both of them to fall out of the Heisman race.
Yeah,
They got to be on some sort of PEDs, fucking 98 speed and shit like that. Damn.
yeah. Gotta
All right,
gotta test the league, bro.
all right. Let's look at the players of the week. We'll do the national and the 2 conferences. I'll do defense, do the offenses.
All right.
So, National Defensive Player of the Week goes to Savon and an 86-31 win over Louisiana Tech. You know you're wrong for that shit. I don't care if it's CPU. 10 tackles and 5 sacks by his defensive end.
And for offense, for national, we have Joshua Porter with a commanding win against the Charlotte, 56-35. He had 9 catches, 162 yards with 3 TDs, averaging 18 yards a catch.
Good stuff. Go to Big Ten. Looks like we have a Kansas Jayhawks sweep here. And a 50-31 win over Middle Tennessee State. This is Ryan, his defensive player of the week for Big Ten. Dakius Brinkley had 5 tackles and 3 sacks.
And offense, we had Julian Lewis, sophomore sensation, 16 for 23, 468 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns. Also accumulated 1 rushing touchdown with 7 total of the game with 1 INT.
Good stuff. I move to the SEC. Of course, we got Gregory. He was also the National Player of the Week.
And we have Nicholas Harbor, receiver for South Carolina, 3 catches, 220 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. He had him a Randy Moss type game.
I was just going to
3
say that,
catches,
bro.
3 touchdowns. Good
I
game
mean,
by Savon, even though it was a CPU, but he clearly dominated and put up the stats to get his guys going and get them hot going into SEC ball.
he probably didn't run any route but a streak the entire game.
Pretty much, yeah. Averaging 73 yards a catch is nothing but streaks. Bombs over Baghdad.
This is crazy, bro. All right, looking at the top 25 here. Looking at the top 25 here. Looks like we have users for every team except for Rice, Purdue, North Texas, and Texas Tech. That's good. We got 21 users in the top 25 here. LSU surpassed South
Yeah,
Carolina, the number one team this week. That was interesting to see. SEC
yeah,
holds the
that
first
went
five
over.
spots.
Yeah, well, after this week, Gabe's gonna drop down after that ass whooping he took. Um, I think they gave me the number one seed because of the I beat Penn State, which was a Fort Ring team, compared to Savon being an unranked Louisiana Tech. So I feel like they just gave me the edge on that. So it's gonna be interesting to see. As far as the first through four, how it's gonna if it's gonna bounce through who gets number one or number
Well,
two due to
Alabama and Kentucky play this week, so
yeah.
it's going to
So
be
one of
really
those teams
interesting.
are not gonna be in the top four. I'm looking forward to seeing that game.
I
A good
wonder
rematch.
if, well, you played number five, so you probably won't get jumped, but I'm betting Savon will get jumped by either whoever wins that game.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
even know who Savon plays this
he
week,
plays
honestly.
E-Fly.
Yeah, he
It's
may
not
get
even
jumped.
ranked right now.
Yeah, he
Um,
may get jumped. If JJ wins, he's definitely gonna get jumped.
all right. Let's go and get into these videos. So, Big Ten, where we're going to start. Our first game. Why is there no stream? It is a game of the week.
It's streaming. It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Oh, oh shit!
It's
Sure,
under. It's right
that's
above your
that's my
prediction
bad.
video.
That's my bad. I see it now. Before we do our prediction, let's check on the score here. All right, currently 0-0, but Notre Dame on the goal line, about to punch it in the first quarter. So
Nah,
this is the.
that's Oklahoma on the goal
Why
line.
is he
About to
wearing this
punch it in.
ugly ass uniform? I just saw dark uniforms and assumed it was Notre Dame.
Yeah,
What the
LP just
fuck?
scored first possession of the game, putting Oklahoma Sooners up 7-0 with 3 minutes left in the
So
quarter.
17th ranked Notre Dame, led by Coach Jack, and ninth ranked Oklahoma, led by Coach LP. As you just said, the score for each of these predictions, we'll let you go first. I'll go.
Um, right now, uh, after what I just seen in the stream, I kind of already have who I liked winning this game. I like LP winning this game. I feel like with Jack being back is more or less like Stella getting their groove back, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he plays after missing sequential amount of time last season. So I like LP winning this game since he's at home, and I see LP winning this game 31-24.
I'm gonna go a little less scoring than I think because both of you just run the ball. It'll go quicker. But I do agree with you. I think LP is going to win the game. Without Sawchuck, it'll be close. But I'll say,
I mean, without Sawchuck right now, he's looking kind of good on offense right now. So it's interesting to see how he plays now, not having that, have his workhorse on the field to see how balanced he actually plays. Unlocks his offense a little bit more.
yeah, I'll go Oklahoma 28-10 over Notre Dame.
Okay.
Dwayne will get a force win over Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I just said it too.
Okay. Next, we have the 13th ranked USC Trojans, led by Coach Dave, traveling into University Park to play Penn State in the 14th ranked Nittany Lions, led by Coach
Before I get
Des.
into that, I'm gonna update that game. LP just caught a pick and is back in the red zone with first and
Oh
10,
man, yeah.
and he's looking to go punching in to add another touchdown to the score. So,
Sheesh.
as far as this Penn State USC game, tough loss that's took last week against my LSU Tigers. And he's looking to get that taste back in his mouth, getting that win against a Big Ten rival, getting a good start into the Big Ten race to the championship. Um, Dave, he's getting himself together. I like what he's been doing last season, but it's about to be a real test now that he has to play some actual comp now compared to what he was dealing with in Pac-12. So the Big 12, I'm sorry. So I like Des winning this game. I say he wins this game 38-17.
Yeah, I think that Des is going to win the blowout. I think Dave's in trouble. He's got a good roster, except for the quarterback position, which is going to really hurt him this week. I'm going to say Des wins 38-7. Maybe
38-7. Yeah.
38-14. Something about this one. I think the dominate from jump. This was the 10th ranked Michigan
Oh
Wolverines
my goodness.
to traveling to play Oregon. The final score was 31-9. Oregon won. Um,
Yeah, wasn't having Oregon win this game. Not even gonna
the,
lie to you. Good
the
win by Reese.
Yeah, I would have picked Nelly too. The passing yards in this game were abysmal. 68 for Nelly and 94 for Reese. Um,
It was more
Nelly
of a
had
running game.
83 total yards of offense for the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at rushing yards. Reese had a field day,
Oof.
27 carries, 206 yards total for the team. But I'm kind of confused. Oh, I see it now. He had 13. Uh, he had 2 touchdowns in the passing game with 94 yards. Okay, so he had a pretty decent run game with a sprinkle of passing. Good win by Reese, getting himself going, getting into that Big Ten.
It's a good win. You're right. Moving on, we have the 12th ranked Colorado Buffaloes, led by Coach Dean, on the league's current active longest win streak of 6 games. Traveling
Man.
to go play the Washington Huskies, led by Coach Jazz.
All right, Dean, welcome back. Nice to have you back into the league. I like Dean winning this game. He's been playing some good ball the last few weeks, even though I don't feel like he's been playing anybody.
He hasn't. Well, he
Um,
beat Peso, but last week he had Chevy.
yeah, he should have beat Peso. Should have won that game. I feel like Peso
The
just
defense, bro.
was
The
in the heat of the
defense on
moment.
fourth down.
Like it was one play on his last
Yeah.
drive. If he would have just like actually read the field,
Yeah.
Peso had a wide ass open route, and he just
I
didn't
think he
hit it.
lost because of the defensive situation. 15
Oh
and
yeah,
fourth and
defense.
11.
Yeah, defense of course, but like
Yeah.
end of the day, right? Can't really take into account like last drive. You got to lock in. And I just feel like he wasn't as locked in as he should have been because he could have literally won that game with um a game-winning touchdown.
God, you
Um,
can't leave these ACC users to do shit right, can you? You let them go up against the
nah,
Big Ten user and they lose.
yeah, it's not looking good for the ACC right now. Merging into SEC, they making us look bad, man. Y'all need to step it up, bro. Y'all in the SEC, so y'all gotta make sure you at least beating the Big Ten teams. You can't. I don't
At
care if you lose
minimum.
to
At minimum.
at least at minimum beat the Big Ten. But before I give my score prediction, I'm gonna update again. LP 14 to nothing against Notre Dame, and still in the first quarter. LP has the ball on the 5 yard line,
Good God.
looking to punch it in again, and that does not punch it in, but he's right there on the 1 yard line to make it 21 nothing. So I like Dean beating Jazz commandingly. I'm gonna say he wins this one 42 to nothing.
Nothing. Big old zero. I don't think Dean's defense is that good to be able to do that. I think he will score a lot of points, though. I'll
Yeah,
say Dean wins 42 to 14.
cool.
Next, we have one of our best games of the week. 20th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, led by Coach Hayden, at 1-0, travel into Tucson to play the 16th ranked Arizona Wildcats, led by Coach Lenny. For this game, in the first half, Lenny's quarterback, Noah Fafita, is suspended, as well as a
Yeah,
middle linebacker on defense.
performance enhancements.
Yeah.
Pissed hot on the test, so he has to
There you
sit
go.
out for the first half. Um, I feel like this game is going to be pretty interesting. Lenny has a somewhat of a good defense. He great run game, but I haven't. He lost his star running back this past season, so it's going to be
Mhm.
very interesting to see how he performs with not having his team. And also updating, Pace Jack had got a huge stop on the goal line to not let LP score to go up 21. Now he has the ball, and now it's continuing to get a run and hopefully get some confidence back and get into this game. Um, Hayden played a good game against E-Fly.
He
It's going to
looked
be a good
impressive.
game. It's going to be a real good game. I like Hayden winning this game. Getting his feet back wet, make a statement in the Big Ten after missing out for 3 seasons, not really making any noise. I like Hayden winning this game close, 35 to 31.
Yeah, I think I would have picked Hayden here even before the suspension. I think that Lenny's going to really struggle without his running back and now without the quarterback for this game. Hayden's offense looks as good as ever. His defense got some work to do, But I'm going to say Ohio State wins this game relatively comfortably. I'll go 35-21.
Cool.
Next, we have a game between the 0-1 Texas A&M Aggies, led by Coach Chevy, in Oxford versus the 0-0 Ole Miss Rebels, led by Coach Ike in his debut game in Big Cap League.
Ike, welcome to the league. Hopefully you strive in the SEC. I'm gonna
The
take
only thing I know
got
is that KJ said that he was slightly worse than him. That's what KJ's
ah
words were.
yeah. KJ not really that good, so I mean it's gonna be an even battle game. Then if we're gonna go off of that, I'm gonna ride with the SEC. I'm gonna take Ike in his first game. I see him beating Chevy real close. I don't can't really say he's gonna blow him out because I don't never really seen him play. And if we're gonna compare it to K Jack and a slightly not better than K Jack, I'm gonna take Chevy in a close. I said take Chevy. I'm gonna take Ike in a close game. I'm gonna say he wins 21-17.
It's always hard to judge how good these people actually are because there's so much competition in this league.
True that.
I I'm gonna pick Ike only because he's at home. I'm not going off anything anybody else says for this game. Uh, but I think I'd take Chevy if he was at home too. But I'll take Ike to win. Score is
Yeah.
hard to do without knowing his type of offense. But I'll go 24-17.
Yeah, that's why I kept it close. I don't really know how good he is, so we will see.
All right, Speaking of K Jack, the 18th ranked California Golden Bears travel into College Park to play the unranked Maryland Terrapins as Coach K Jack versus Coach Chapo.
This no disrespect to Chap. I feel like K Jack's offense, his defense, may be a little too much for Chap to actually, compete against. K Jack, he's a little hit and miss sometimes against certain users, but when he plays users that's not really better than him, he kind of dominates. So I like the Golden Bears on the road beating the Terpins 30, no, I'm sorry, 49-10.
K Jack did not look good versus Gabe at all. He threw like
Yeah,
6 picks.
and then what Gabe just did versus me is like, I don't know. So it's
Yeah.
like, but you gotta
Thing is,
give some type of
yeah,
respect when it's due. Like he's clearly miles ahead against Chap right now, so
yeah.
I'm gonna take him.
I think the thing that's going to hurt Chap here is that he doesn't use a linebacker to force K Jack to not to adjust. You know what I mean? Like when you're using a defensive lineman, things like that, it's really easy to read
Yeah,
the defense, like playing against the CPU. Um,
all right.
KJ's going comfortable. KJ's going comfortably here. I'll go 35 to 10, 35 to 14, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Moving on to the SEC, where there are multiple extremely good games of the week. But first, we're going to look at your matchup. The fifth-ranked Florida Gators traveled into Death Valley, a rivalry game, to play your number one ranked LSU Tigers. And I'll let you tell us about the game, man.
Um, this game we went into the game knowing that Gabe, he's increased his team, but it's always gonna be the same Gabe. He's gonna pass the ball, not gonna really run the ball as much. So it was more or less, anticipating deep shots and letting the D line go to work. Was very impressed by my D line getting pressure without having Perkins now. So it was like, very impressive to see my D line actually creating havoc against Gabe. Defensively, we balled out. We caught 6 picks. We could have had more, but very impressed to how my defense played. Offensively, we played great. We had 2 Stevie Wonders we threw that gave him 14 points, which I mean we can't take away his 14 points because it's my mistakes. So I mean it is what it is. But overall, I feel like we played a great game. We put up 59 points. Very impressed going into SEC ball. So I mean the 3 keys that I did have in this game, we com- obviously dominated run game, defense, and just being aggressive. And I
I gotta
feel
tell you,
like we dominated all 3 levels of that, and it clearly showed on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, bro. I've got an impressive stat, something I think you did really well at, and something you did really bad at. I'm really impressed how not that Gabe is a great runner, but 17 carries and less than 1 yard per rush is extremely good run defense. And part of
Yeah,
that is sacks
we
and
was
things like
all
that, but it
yeah,
was
we
really good
was all
defense.
out on defense. That's why I was like I was very impressed how my defense played.
I
Like
was,
we gave up some bad offensive passing plays, broken like guarding too long. Like a lot of our passes we gave up was just in coverage too long. And like I can't really get mad at it because some plays it was three down linemen. So we'll get there sometimes, sometimes we won't. But overall, I feel like defensively we played excellent.
yeah,
And
my
going,
my my negative stat for you is Gabe is not known for being a good defensive user, and you were 1 of 5 on third down. That's a little interesting to look at, especially since you've been so good on third down each season. So you got to
yeah,
figure out
see,
that issue.
I feel like on third down, I feel like majority of the plays I did throw, like a couple plays, I think I threw a pick on one, and then another one I overthrew my receiver. Well, I didn't, I don't think I overthrew. I just feel like I underused it. Like I should have just let the play fall out how I should have instead of trying to actually go get it myself. Because I feel like if I would have just like let it play out, I feel like it would have been a touchdown. But you can see missing a third down, we completed on fourth down. So I feel like even though we went 1 for 5, I feel like we made up for that in fourth down conversion. So even though 1 for 5 looks bad, I feel like we made up for it on fourth down, playing 4 down game, and we executed when we needed to execute.
Yeah, looking over these stats, looks like Durham had a big game, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't care what y'all talking about. He ain't losing a step without them abilities,
well, he
bro.
didn't
He's
have to
looking
do.
real good.
Yeah, I don't know. This game he didn't have to do anything. A lot of those long runs, you just ran straight with him. It wasn't like he had to
Great
juke or spin. And
blocking.
yeah, your
Great
receivers were crazy.
blocking. Great blocking by my receivers. You
Both of y'all had
block
shit
great,
completion
you get
percentages.
love.
Good. Ugh.
Huh?
Both of y'all had shit completion percentages. You completed 50% of passes. He completed 48% of passes.
Yeah, I did. I went 10 for 20.
All right, well, that's enough on that game, but good win. It should be number one moving into next week. So next we have what's the name of this thing? The Palmetto rivalry between the 0-1 Clemson Tigers, led by Coach Efly, traveling to Columbia to play the second-ranked South Carolina Gamecocks, who are 1-0, led by Coach Savon. For this game,
Oh,
Savon will have oh God, what's that dude's name? That he's got running back Chris Johnson suspended for the entirety of the game, as well as a middle linebacker on defense. His tight end
yeah,
situation has also gotten extremely dire, as both of his tight ends have been declared ineligible for the season. So he's
yeah.
moved an offensive
Perform.
lineman over there.
Fellas gotta stay off them drugs, man. We will catch you. But I feel like though that suspension and those two players being ineligible, I don't feel like it's gonna really affect Savon's game,
Especially not at home.
especially not at home. I feel like after seeing how eFly played at the shoe against Hayden, I feel like going into South Carolina in a hostile environment against a great user in the league that he's not gonna really be able to like handle the pressure. He's gonna get out of his game. He's not gonna really compete. He's gonna, get in his little mode and, just cry about it instead of playing football. But I like Savon winning this game commandingly. Don't see this game being close at all. I feel like it's gonna be bombs over Baghdad and Columbia, and I see Savon winning this game 56-17.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, Efly's defense has fallen off a fucking mountain for the past, I don't know, like 8 games he's played. Hayden didn't do
Yeah,
anything special last week. He scored.
when you start losing them good players, bro, everybody true colors start coming out, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how some of these teams losing their good players for the first 2 seasons, coming in with their freshmen and red shirt freshmen, how they gonna actually perform.
Yeah, I think this is going to be death. A quick one too. I think
Bombs
South
over
Carolina's.
Columbia.
Yeah, I think South Carolina and Coach Stephon blow him out. I'll say he wins 56-14 over
Yeah,
Clemson. Let's maybe 49-14, something like that though.
I like 56.
He'll be bringing it back up to the fourth quarter. Uh, Georgia and Tim will be getting the fourth win over Western Kentucky. Next, we have Alex and his 1-0 Florida State Seminoles traveling into Fayetteville to play the Arkansas Razorbacks, led by Coach Telu, who are 0-1.
This game it's gonna be good. Uh, I feel like T. Saint T. His team is starting to deplete, so it's starting to like not look good in Arkansas. Got to get his stuff going with his recruiting. I feel like Alex is gonna go into Fayetteville and win dominantly, get his Florida State Seminoles to 2-0, potentially possibly getting ranked soon, and winning this game. I don't know though. Like I see Alex winning, but for some reason I have this feeling T. Lou is gonna play real good and possibly sneak a win. But I'm still gonna take Alex in this one, 28 to 21.
Yeah, I think when Telu doesn't turn the ball over, he actually plays decently well. Um,
Hmm.
but I think that turnovers have been an issue. He has not recruited well, so his team is not very deep either. Alex has recruited well. Florida State should win relatively comfortably here. I'll say he wins 35-17 over Arkansas. Next, we have the 1-0 Louisville Cardinals, led by Coach Delvin, traveling Miami to play the Miami Hurricanes, who are 1-0, led by Coach Rob.
All right. I feel like this is gonna be a good game. Um, Not really knowing Rob's recruiting situation, how he's looking with recruits. Same for Delvin. But if we're gonna take home field advantage in account and user quality, I like Rob winning this game. For some reason, I hope he doesn't lose to Delvin, but it's very possible if he doesn't play smart football and get overwhelmed with the game if he makes mistakes. But I like Rob winning this game, 38 to 17.
Both these two want to run the ball. Both these two, relatively, I would say, better defensive than offensive users. Um, I think this is screaming low scoring to me. I'll say Miami wins at 21-10 over Louisville.
Cool.
I'll go 24. Let me go 24.
Oh, I like this matchup right here.
Yeah, this one is really good. Uh, we have the eighth ranked Tennessee Volunteers traveling into Atlanta to play the 19th ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This is Drop versus Peso. Drop has yet to play a game this season. Peso, of course, fell a close game to Dean in week 0.
This is gonna be a good game. ACC team merging into the SEC, so it's gonna be real interesting how he plays against real SEC ball compared to playing in the ACC. Um, Drop's defense looks real good. I don't feel like his defense lost a beat. His offense though, it's gonna be real interesting to see how he plays offensively, not having losing his star quarterback to the draft.
I will say though,
Be
as good as Drop's defense is, I think that this is the Peso is the type of offense where they will be least effective. Drop's defensive, like best part about his defense is pass rush and secondary, and if Peso plays his game, neither of those should be much of an
Yeah,
effect.
that's what I was thinking about as well. Um, Sorry about this drop, but you haven't really proved anything to me yet, so it's hard for me to really take you in this game just due to the user you are playing and his type of game he plays. I like Peso winning this game in a very close one, 24 to 21.
It would not surprise me at all. I think the difference here is that I don't think Peso has a defensive scheme, but I don't think he has the defensive playmakers to stick with Drop's playmakers.
Uh,
The
I
the
mean, I
game's
looked at Drop's offense. I don't think he has the
it's speed.
playmakers, but his
There,
quarterback is
that's
what
true.
might make a huge
It's a
difference
very good point,
on
especially
how
on the
his scheme
road too.
plays. Yeah,
Oh
like
man,
if he
this is
had
a tough.
Nico, I'm definitely taking drop in this. But far as him not having Nico and bringing in this new quarterback, it's going to be very interesting to see him playing in hostile environment against a 19 ranked Georgia Tech who likes the ball at home. So
This is a tough
I
game,
gotta
man.
take Georgia Tech in this one in a close one.
I
Like
don't
no
think
disrespect to drop, but it's just far as what I've seen
I don't
team wise and scheme wise, I feel like Georgia Tech could take this one by a field goal.
I don't think Peso's going to turn the ball over. I think there's a good chance that Drop has a couple turnovers. Um,
Yeah,
and if that's the case, Peso's going to have a real chance here, man. Mm, God, I don't know who the fuck to take.
I mean
I'm
drop.
going
You
to
prove me
take.
wrong, but yeah,
I'm going to take Peso to win at home. I'm going to say he wins on a game-winning field goal, 24-21 over Tennessee. If
yeah, that
Drop
sounds
has
tough.
less than 2 turnovers, though, he will win. That's what it comes
True
down
that.
to for me.
Yeah, if he plays good offensive football, he wins the game. But it's just it's hard for me to determine how he's gonna play with that new quarterback. Like I said, if he had Nico, that's no shot of a doubt I'm taking drop. But this new quarterback, like I seen with like playing Des, new quarterback, hostile environment, playing a good team is it's kind of hard to make certain throws, certain reads, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how Drop plays this game. But like you said, and like I've said this before, gotta take Peso by a game winning field goal, 24-21.
Yeah, all right. We're going to skip this Kentucky Alabama one for a second because it's obviously the marquee matchup of the week.
And we already talked about the Ole Miss and A&M game, so
Yes. So we have my game, the 15th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs, who are 1 0. I'll be the CPU. Traveling to Blacksburg to play JG's and his 0-0 Virginia Tech Hokies.
all right, I'm gonna let you take this one first. Three keys. What you think is the game plan,
All
and
right.
far as what you need to execute to win a game in Blacksburg.
I do an extremely good job of it in general anyway, but the first key is always limit turnovers. If you make less mistakes than your opponent, you've got a good chance to win. Especially when you play anyone on the road, it is never a guarantee. You play it like you're playing, like I'm playing you until I've got the lead, 14-21 nothing or something. Um,
Yeah,
JG says, I looked through his roster. It's not near as bad as you would think it is. He's got a corner with 99 speed. He's got two 98 speed receivers. Like it just comes down to the decision making for him. He's just
hmm
um, he came on strong at the end of last season. I'm trying to give him some credit. I mean, I always want to take myself to win the game. I think the keys to victory is not turn the ball over, to force turnovers, and then to make sure we stay balanced offensively and establish a run
yeah,
game early in the game. If we can take JG's run game away from him, even better, because that's what we want is for him to pass the ball. I'm going to take myself to win relatively comfortably. My games are never blowouts just because of the way I play the game. So I'll say I win 31-14 over Virginia Tech.
yeah. I agree with you. I feel like this game, you're gonna win this game. I say you win 38-14, but like you said, it's more or less being balanced and forcing G's to make bad mistakes. He make bad mistakes, the game's gonna get out of hand. But
Absolutely.
if G's plays a good game, I feel like you're still gonna win it, but it's gonna be closer than what it should be. But I like you winning this game 38-14.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, moving on to our game of the week. The number 3 ranked Kentucky Wildcats, defending national champions at 1-0, led by Coach JJ, travel into Tuscaloosa, Alabama to play the 4th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, led by Coach Twan, who have yet to play a game this year. They're 0-0. These two played last season, and Twan beat JJ, I want to say. I want to say
Yeah,
he
he
beat
did
him.
beat him in Tuscaloosa. Yeah.
So, take that with what you will. You've played both these two a ton and in some big games. You know what you think.
Um, this is going to be a good game, and it's going to be a real test for JJ to see how his team actually performs without having a lot of his key stars that he did have in his national championship run, as far as at the quarterback, and having Barian Brown, who was a complete X factor, who can literally get open at any given moment. Um, Twan team is like it just haven't lost a beat yet. Has the highest ranked team in the league. So I feel like his confidence is through the roof right now, as far as team level and what he wants to do with his team. Twan is the only person to actually beat JJ, whether it was home or away, in SEC, other than Drop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, other than Drop.
You have, and
Well, I
you?
beat him in the SEC championship, but I'm talking about like far as regular season.
I didn't know you hadn't beaten him in the
Um,
regular season yet.
nah, I haven't. I yeah, but I like the fourth ranked Alabama Crimson Tide winning this game against JJ. I feel like this game is going to be close, even though JJ doesn't have that team that he used to have. And great recovery by Jack, but I feel like JJ's team is not where it needs to be to actually compete with Alabama, but his user skills is where it's at to compete with Alabama. So I feel like Twan is going to do what he did that last game, keeping the ball on the ground. And now with the defense he does, I feel like he's going to get aggressive on JJ, putting some pressure on him. Um, but JJ does have a tremendous O line to give him some time. So I do like Twan winning this game in a close one. I say Twan wins by a game-winning field goal, 31-28.
I think JJ is going to be extremely affected by this being a road game. We know how much he likes to throw the ball and not being able to make adjustments the way he wants to, especially against this
Yeah, and
Alabama team
then
with quick jumps everywhere and literally 99 speeds across the board defensive back.
on
Um,
top of like we discussed with Drop, quarterback situation,
yep,
on the road in a hostile environment is going to be very interesting to see what his quarterback does. Other like for Vandegrift, he was able to perform, but having a freshman quarterback, let me take a look at him
he's
while I'm
sophomore. His
thinking
name's
about it.
Curtin. He's okay. He's not. He's got 81 overall or something. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm going
yeah,
to take Twan here too. I think Twan's going to establish the run game. He's going to be able to take the top off on a few plays with the speed he's got. Twan's thing is he cannot throw picks. He cannot make
you
dumb
can't let
reads.
JJ stay in the game. Like you have
Yeah,
to play great football. Like when he beat him, he played excellent football, no turnovers, and was balanced. He didn't let JJ make him one dimensional, and JJ had to respect his run game to where he couldn't just sit and pass. So I feel like it's going to be a good game, but I feel like Twan's going to get the edge and knock off the national champs and make it hard for JJ to get into that SEC championship.
yeah. I think Twan's going to win too. The difference is like we said. I think defensively Twan is going to get stops, and I think they'll
Yeah.
do enough just offensively to win. It'll be close. I'll say Alabama wins, uh, 31 to 21, uh,
Mm.
or 31 to 20. Shit. Let's go 31 to 28. Alabama beats Kentucky. Um, that is going to do it for our predictions video. Appreciate all of y'all
Oh,
who
good
are.
touchdown, Jack. Just to update y'all real quick, Jack just scored a crucial touchdown in the fourth quarter. Oh, with the fake. Does he get it? Yes, he does.
Wow.
Jack just got a 2-point conversion to make the game 14 to 24 and a close game before the 2-minute warning. Jack is going for the onside kick. He just recently recovered one, so it's going to be very funny to see if he gets another one. And he does not get it.
Um, Alrighty. Well, y'all make sure you update yourselves on the rules. Make sure that y'all are aware of them. We are definitely watching these games. We just handed out a whole bunch of suspensions for rule breaking, so make sure y'all stay on top of that. Appreciate y'all who watch this video. Um, and play your games and let's get this week through.
All right, y'all.